Hello folks, it's Mark from growandconquer.com. Kratom is being banned. A lot of you probably already know that. As of September 30th, Kratom will be a Schedule 1 drug, putting it right up there with heroin and mescaline and angel dust and a bunch of other actually harmful drugs. The DEA has initiated this emergency ban. And really, the whole purpose of this video is to figure out what the real emergency is. And I'm going to tell you what it is. Well, number one, who takes Kratom? I take Kratom for 2 years now. Why do I take Kratom? Because it gives me energy and I don't like to drink coffee. Because I wake up every day with a horrible, shitty feeling in my lower back and it makes it go away. I take Kratom because it helps with my attention deficit disorder, which I have a pretty bad case of. A lot of people take Kratom for other reasons. They take it for social anxiety, PTSD. A lot of veterans are taking it for PTSD. A lot of people are taking it to get off of harmful prescription drugs. So this ban goes into effect in roughly 3 weeks or so. And why? Well, the DEA calls it an emergency ban because they're afraid of it being abused by children, and just in general by the people, because they're worried about us, folks. Well, let me be the first one to say bullshit. They're not worried about us. I dug up some interesting information about Kratom. There is an active alkaloid in Kratom called speciophyllene, and it has useful pharmacodynamic activity. And ironically enough, SmithKline, now known as GlaxoSmithKline, happens to be the 6th largest pharmaceutical company in the world, has a patent on this alkaloid that they had gotten in 1964. And their patent says, and I quote, "This alkaloid has useful pharmacodynamic activity, particularly analgesic and antitussive." Okay. What that means is analgesic means painkiller. An analgesic is a painkiller. And antitussive is a cough suppressant. So right away, that alkaloid on its own has the same activity that you would find in, let's say, codeine, for instance. And that's not counting the other hundreds of other alkaloids that this plant has that have all different types of amazing benefits across the board. So, ironically enough, patent applications were filed in 2010 by the University of Massachusetts Medical School and the University of Mississippi in 2010 for Kratom and its alkaloids. And the application submitted, number one, it includes statement of governmental support by the National Institutes of Health, the National Institutes for Drug Abuse, and the National Center for Research Resources. So this patent is government-backed with a big thumbs up. All right, and I'm going to quote from this patent application in 2010. It says, "This invention is related to the field of drug addiction and substance abuse. In particular, the invention utilizes compounds that facilitate reversal of drug addiction by avoiding the expression of withdrawal syndrome." Okay. For example, natural compounds may be produced from the kratom leaf. Compounds isolated from kratom leaf extracts may be capable of allowing a patient to cease the administration of addictive compounds without experiencing physically debilitating withdrawal symptoms. Okay, so they're basically patenting and saying what all these people for years now have been saying about Kratom, that if you're hooked on dope or other opiate-based drugs, and actually other drugs too, alcohol as well, that Kratom can get you off of them safely without having to worry about withdrawing from Kratom. And I have, if you see my other videos, I decided to go cold turkey off Kratom for 4 straight days just to see how bad the withdrawal symptoms were. And after taking 10 grams a day for 2 years, I came off of Kratom and I was fine. A little tired in the morning because I didn't have my Kratom boost first thing in the morning, but some green tea took care of that. So yes, Kratom doesn't even have withdrawal symptoms. Some people claim they have them. They're taking extracts and really stronger forms of Kratom, but these withdrawals are nothing like coming off of heroin or alcohol, for instance. Okay, a couple facts here, fun facts for you guys. Opiate prescriptions in the U.S. as of last year was a $25 billion a year industry. So those companies producing those opiates, you think they might have had a problem with people taking Kratom as a way to withdraw off their drugs that they got the public addicted to, or as a replacement in general for their drugs? Bet your ass they do. They have a problem with that. Now you have other drugs like Suboxone, which is used to get people off of heroin and opiates. Suboxone is it's an oral drug. It comes in a little strip. You put it under your tongue, and essentially what it is it's synthetic heroin to get you off of heroin, much the same as methadone is. And I've done a lot of research on Suboxone because I have people that are close to me that have had to use it to get off drugs, and I can tell you that the withdrawal symptoms from Suboxone are about as bad as the withdrawal symptoms from prescription painkillers and even heroin. So what the pharmaceutical companies do is they make painkillers and drugs that they give to people. The people get hooked on the painkillers and drugs, and then they make new painkillers and drugs to get them off of the previous painkillers and drugs and get them hooked on the new painkillers and drugs. This is really how it works. I swear to God, this is what's really going on. So it's becoming an issue, and the public is becoming extremely aware of Suboxone and methadone and how you're pretty much just replacing heroin with a new form of heroin, more or less is what's happening. So Suboxone sells for between $550 and $560 at CVS or Walgreens, let's say, for a 30-month supply. At roughly 22,000 prescriptions a year going on in the United States and rising rapidly, that is a $147.84 million alone just for Suboxone. So that would put Kratom pretty high up there on the priority list as a, it'd be great. They can get people, first drug they used that they pushed on them, they got them to get off that with Suboxone and sold them that. Now they can sell them their new Kratom drug to get them off Suboxone. So yes, this is the real reason why Kratom is becoming illegal, because drug companies need to learn how to truly synthesize it in large quantities, methylate it, and they're going to sell it to the public via doctors and prescriptions in order to get people off of the drugs that they've already hooked people on previously. So that's wonderful, isn't it? So my question to you is, who do you think the DEA is really worried about? Do you think they're really worried about the kids? Do you think they're really worried about you and I? Bet your ass they're not. They're worried about the drug companies, the pharmaceutical companies that produce the drugs that they claim are so horrible and people need to get off of. That's who they're worried about. And that's what this ban is for. So spread the word. The patent is in 2010, US 201-00209-542A1. And again, that patent was filed by the University of Massachusetts Medical School and University of Mississippi in 2010. And then you say, well, wait a minute. Those are universities. They're not drug companies. That's good, right? Well, what that means is, who do you think's going to give them the grant money? Who's going to fund their research into Kratom and their ability to synthesize it? Yes, that's correct. You will have pharmaceutical companies that are going to pay for it. And then the pharmaceutical companies will buy the patent from the school. And that's it. They get to sell it. So this is the real reason that it's happening. SmithKline, GlaxoSmithKline, actually they're large. One of their largest plants is right 10, 15 minutes away from me here. They will most likely be producing a synthetic form of the alkaloids found in Kratom. This is my prediction. Come talk to me in 2 years and you'll see that I'm right. This is what's really going on. So I hate to say this, and I know everybody's really upset. Petitions aren't going to do shit. They're not. The government doesn't care about petitions because the government has pharmaceutical companies that want this drug. Calling and complaining to your representatives. Listen, I don't think people should put themselves on the radar by doing it, but if you don't care, then do it. Sure. But I unfortunately, I don't think that any of these measures are going to make a difference. Unless you have the kind of money that GlaxoSmithKline has, you're beat. So spread the word. Show this video to everybody who's wondering what the hell's going on with Kratom. And feel free to look this information up yourself. It's pretty available online. I appreciate you watching. Come check out the homepage, growandconquer.com. I'll put a link in the description of the video. We've got tons of other useful information for people. Some no bullshit self-improvement stuff. And subscribe. Comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any other information I might have missed, by all means, put it in the comments. Let me know. I'll continue to spread the word. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.